What's up, my comic comrades? Today we break down Superman Unlimited issue 2, and let me tell you, it's one hell of an issue. Superman's new powers are finally explained, so let's just get into it because I know a lot of you, just like me, wanted to know what they're all about. The issue starts off with Metropolis in June of 1938, the same year Superman was created. As Lois Lane says, it was a time of fear and confusion. The job of informing the public was the responsibility of the Daily Planet, a great metropolitan newspaper whose reputation for clarity and truth has become a symbol of hope for the city of Metropolis. Today, we hope to share that symbol with the world. Affiliates, sound off. Then on the next page, we see the expansion of the Daily Planet is in full effect, with Daily Planets being made with its iconic globe being mounted in Gotham City, Central City, Gorilla City, and more. Because remember, in issue 1 of this series, new owner of the Daily Planet, Imani Edge, said that she was going to expand the Daily Planet, creating dedicated branches in every major city from Gotham to Themyscira. Anyway, right after this, we see Lois Lane is meeting with the president of El Condero. As Lois is asking, "Are you sure you don't need one, President Castillo?" He responds, "I am most positive, Miss Lane. In fact, we El Condero are honored to have both you and Mr. Trope here as we raise our very own planet up into the heavens." Mr. Trope asks, "A sculpture carved out of solid kryptonite? I'm guessing you won't be getting many visits from Superman." The president's all like, "Perish the thought. We mean no disrespect to the Man of Steel. Our country is forever grateful he saved Earth from the kryptonite asteroid, and it landed here where it could enrich the lives of all Kandorians. Our very currency honors him and that Herculean feat." As we see, Superman is on the $100 bill and crypto is on their coins. And their coins are called cryptos, which obviously is a play on real cryptocurrency. We then see the Kryptonite Daily Globe lifted into the air, at which point some bad guys come in saying, "Everyone down on the ground," while they start shooting in the air. The president then tells Lois and Mr. Trope, "Remain calm. Here in Emerald City, we are well protected. To me, my knights." His knights then say, "Activate armor," as another one says, "Have no fear, President. These bandits will not escape us, for we are the Crypto Knights of El Condero, for king and country." They then use their scepters to take down the bandits, stopping them from stealing the Kryptonite globe. Lois then asks, "Did that knight back there refer to you as King, Mr. President?" He responds, "An affectionate nickname, Miss Lane. Some have taken to calling me the Kryptonite King, but please do not print that. Here in El Condero, we are all the same, all equally blessed by the riches that rain down on us." But obviously we know that's probably not the case, and he's gonna come back around to be a bad guy using all of his kryptonite to fight Superman as the Kryptonite King. After this, we're taken to the No Laughing Matter with Jack Ryder show. That's right, Jack Ryder as in the Creeper. Pretty great seeing him in DC Comics again. Anyway, Ryder is talking about how this new massive influx of Calderan kryptonite into America isn't just poisoning Kryptonians, it's poisoning all of us. Continuing to say that every ounce of that radioactive material is affecting you and me, and according to our first guest, our livestock. As we see, he has a woman farmer on with a two-headed goat saying that the glowing green kryptonite is getting into the water supply and causing mutations in our livestock like this two-headed goat. Right after this, Clark Kent from the Daily Planet chimes in for a fact check saying, "Context, Jack. Calderan Green K came to Earth 3 months ago. Now, as someone who was raised on a farm, I'd place your goat at 2 years old. It was born with 2 heads at least 18 months ago, before the asteroid landed." The woman farmer says, "That's correct. In fact, our little Janice just turned 2 last Tuesday." Jack Ryder, who's obviously pissed by this, says to her, "You said your goat was physically affected by the Green K." She answers, "Well, sure she was, Mr. Ryder. Look at her eyes. They're green." He asks, "Yes, were they green before?" She says, "Well, yeah, but now they're really green." As Clark says, "Thank you for your time, ma'am." Jack Ryder then yells to his producer, "Cut the feed." And the producer tells him, "Jack, we're live and we still have 15 minutes of air to fill." But he says again, "Cut the damn feed." And this is where it gets really interesting, because it's at this point the Creeper persona is trying to come out, as it says to him, "Oh, he got you good, Jackie boy. You could say he got your goat. Make you a deal. Let me out and Big Belly Burgers are on me." As Jack says, "Shut up, Creeper, get out of my head." From here we go downtown where there's a robbery in progress, as we see the Intergang led by Knockout. But of course, before she could steal the gold from an armored truck, Superman arrives telling the thugs with her, "All right, fellas, I'm giving you one chance. You put your guns down and we can do this easy." But Knockout just interrupts Superman saying, "Hey there, handsome. I've been waiting forever to tear off a piece of you." Superman replies, "Sorry, ma'am, but my dance cards are spoken for." As he grabs her and throws her away, Superman then looks at the rest of the gang saying, "Well, that's your muscle dealt with. Where were we?" "Right. Guns down, boys." One of them then says, "The Metropolis Marvel, look at you, so cocky, so sure of yourself. Things have changed while you were away. Show him. Fire." As they start shooting Superman with kryptonite bullets. Now, normally when bullets hit Superman, they bounce right off of him. He even says this in his captions, that he always makes himself a target for gunfire to make sure he shields everyone else around him. But this time, they're green K bullets and they go right through him. The lead thug even says, "Save your shots. This stuff cost a fortune, and I doubt the coroner will ship us back the slugs." thugs switch to hand-to-hand as they all pull out kryptonite hand-to-hand weapons like brass knuckles and knives. Elsewhere, we see the Creeper was indeed able to take over Jack Ryder, as we see Jack Ryder leaping across the rooftops in Metropolis, watching Superman from above while saying, "Okay, Jack, I'm gonna be honest with you. The promise of Big Belly Burgers was all a clever ruse to let me out. We both saw the news crawl about the armored car heist, and that just has the Creeper written all over it." He then takes a look at Superman saying, "Oh nuts, the big blue Boy Scout beat us here." And is getting beaten up over it? Well, there's something you don't see every day. Dinner and a show. We then see Superman getting beat up with kryptonite brass knuckles as one of the gang members says, "Who would have thunk? It ain't gonna be Lex Luthor or the Parasite who punches your ticket, Soups. It's gonna be me, Marty Z from Hobbs Bay." He then goes to stab Superman with the kryptonite knife, but it just breaks on Superman's chest as we see Superman has turned golden in his new form. We're then taken to the Justice League Watchtower 3 days ago, where we learn how Superman's new golden form or abilities work. When he asks Supergirl, Superboy, and Batman what this is, referring to why he's gold, Supergirl says, "It's your new superpower." Superboy then says, like he didn't have enough already. Batman then tells Superman, "As far as we figure, whenever you take too much damage from this new green K, your body releases all the yellow sun energy stored in your cells. In one move, it both heals you and temporarily blocks all forms of kryptonite radiation." Superman asks, "Temporarily?" Supergirl tells him, "We clocked it. You can keep this new golden form for a little over 3 minutes, between 199 and 200 seconds to be precise. That's how long you're invulnerable to kryptonite." Superman asks, "And then?" Superboy tells him, "Then you need to collect another 100 gold coins, or punch a mystery box and get a gold star." Batman then snaps his finger saying, "Lights." In practice, what will happen is you will have spent every joule of solar energy in your body. Superman asks, "All my superpowers will be gone?" Batman tells him, "Oh, it could be much worse than that. You'd have no powers and you'd still be vulnerable to kryptonite." Superman responds, "But I was just in this golden form and still have all my powers. I can feel them." Supergirl tells him, "While you were in your coma, your doctors regularly induced that state in order to get all the kryptonite out of you." So Superman asks, "Why me? Why am I the only Kryptonian who can do this?" Batman tells him, "Maybe it's because you're the Kryptonian who's been on Earth the longest, or perhaps an evolution or mutation of your solar flare power. Whatever this is, Clark, it's a gift. 200 seconds of borrowed time. Never waste a second of it." We then are brought back to Superman, who's fighting those thugs in his golden form, as Superman says, "Start the clock, 199 seconds to go." He obviously makes easy work of them all now that he's immune to kryptonite, and just before his power runs out, he knocks out Knockout. But she gets back up saying, "Well?" Superman, knowing he now temporarily has no powers, thinks on his feet and is like, "I can't fight her anymore, but she doesn't know I've lost my powers, so I'll intimidate her," saying, "Well, what? What do you think you're doing, Knockout? This is over. Stand down. Or do I need to put you through another wall?" He then says, "Hands behind your head. Let them cuff you." Then back to the police car. Now, she says okay, but while all of this is happening, Superman actually missed one of the thugs, who gets up with a gun saying to himself, "What the hell do I do now? I can make a run for it, but I still got some kryptonite bullets and the world's clear shot." He then goes to shoot Superman, who, remember, doesn't currently have superpowers, but before he gets the shot off, Creeper jumps down from above and knocks the guy out. Creeper then says to himself, "Did we really just save Superman? I mean, bullets just bounce right off of him. Even those kryptonite bullets bounced right off of him." But he says to himself, the green K bullets only bounced off of him when he was a big gold sponge cake. He's not so gold anymore, and says, "I bet you anything could hurt him now." At which point he pulls a straw out of his drink and then sees if he can hurt Superman with a spitball. He then aims and shoots it at Superman's neck, at which point Superman says, "Ow." The problem is, someone is live streaming on their phone and catches Superman saying "ow," and she tells the people on her live stream, "Oh my god, did you guys see that? Something hit Superman and he flinched. Seconds before he was all godlike and nothing could hurt him, but now he's just a normal guy. What could that mean?" That's a Data Screen exclusive. You saw it here first. For more, follow Data Screen Newsboy Legion on socials. Creeper, watching all this, says, "Oh yeah, I'm totally going straight to hell for that one." Sometime after this, we see Clark go to the Metropolis bar called the Bronze Swan, where he sees Jack Ryder. Ryder says to the bartender, "Put Clark on my tab. Let's just say I owe him one." Clark says, "You sure, Jack? That's rather generous, especially after the brutal fact check I gave you the other day." Jack says, "Old news. Speaking of which, can you believe the price of kryptonite futures? Look at them. Up, up, and away. Just the other day, they were dipping. Because some jackass with a podcast reminded everyone green K was also dangerous to humans." Clark says, "I'm sorry, but I had to fact check you because people deserve to know the truth." Jack says, "I bet that girl from the Newsboy Legion is thinking the same exact thing. Did people deserve to know about Superman's new weakness?" Clark says, "The weirdest thing about all this with the price of green K is that the Intergang could have made a fortune if they'd left the gold and sold their kryptonite." Jack starts laughing, saying, "Thanks, Kent. I needed to laugh." Then on the last page of the issue, we see someone opening up a box of green kryptonite bars, with the president of Calderon saying via a video message, "My country and its people, we live and die based on the value of this precious element." And now there are voices out there claiming this gift from the heavens above is harmful to all living creatures. I believe with your help we can silence those voices once and for all. What do you say, my friend? The person answers saying, I'm in on one condition. We make a game out of it. As we see the person receiving the kryptonite bars is Toyman. And just like that, the issue ends. There you have it, friends. Superman Unlimited issue 2. It was a solid issue, but I gotta say I'm a little let down by Superman's new ability to be immune to kryptonite. I don't like how he's only immune to this new kryptonite after he takes a lot of damage, at which point he's only immune to it for 3 minutes and then he temporarily loses his powers. Let's just give Superman an upgrade without there being caveats. I mean, I, like a lot of you, thought this was gonna be the Superman 1 million kind of upgrade, which would have been dope, and maybe in future issues it changes and evolves, but as of now, I'm not a fan of him needing to take a lot of damage to go in this form, and then once he's in this form, he's only in it for 3 minutes, and then after that, he temporarily loses his powers. But I guess we'll have to see how this new power pans out in future issues. Either way, that's just my 2 cents. What do you guys think of this series and Superman's new upgrade? Let us know all of your thoughts down in the comment section. Other than that, we will see you next time when we talk about all things comics.